A section of non-structural concrete. So this is concrete that was being used as a bridge joint. If you're familiar with Prudential Tunnel, there are areas that are exposed up to surface roads. This was one that ran, a portion of the tunnel that ran under Huntington Ave. It's an expansion joint for the tunnel that had a failure in it. This is due to freeze-thaw action. So we've been in this stretch of weather over the last few weeks now where it's been very, very cold. We just came out of a storm over last weekend where we had some serious rain and ice. We believe that ice infiltrated this particular joint, and then with the thaw that we had today caused that concrete in the joint to delaminate and fall to the ground. So our initial assessments indicate that it was a freeze-thaw cycle that caused this. It's something that typically does happen on bridges during this time of year. We actually have a freeze-thaw inspection program to try to identify those. This was obviously, though, unexpected. Fortunately, there was no injuries and only some minor vehicle damage, and our crews were able to get out there and address it very quickly. So I first and foremost want to address that the tunnel is safe. Again, this was a non-structural portion of the tunnel that the failure occurred in, and it's in an expansion joint, which is about a 4-inch wide joint that allows the tunnel to move as it would through its natural course. It's very localized. And although we did go through a closure and make sure that there was no other major issues, we didn't identify anything. We're going to, as a precaution, come back and shield that particular joint tonight. Crews are going to be actively inspecting any other areas throughout the state as well, especially throughout the tunnel systems tonight. Out of an abundance of caution, I've ordered our team to go through all of our tunnels, looking for similar joints to see if there is any other freeze-thaw action that we may have missed. That will include the Ted Williams Tunnel, the Tip O'Neill Tunnel, the Cana Tunnel, the Prudential Tunnel obviously is going to be our biggest one. That's one that has, again, a lot of surface roadways. But in addition to that, the Sumner, the Callahan, and the Storrow Tunnel will all be looked at tonight to see if there was any other similar failures. These inspections are going to be assessing any other vulnerabilities, but again, obviously very focused on seeing if there's a similar delamination that may have occurred to ensure that there's no other danger of falling concrete to happen. We're going to continue to monitor the conditions, again, especially throughout the Sumner Tunnel, especially throughout the Prudential Tunnel, which does have a lot of these joints. And if any other additional issues are identified in the Prudential or in any other tunnel, we're going to take whatever action is needed throughout the weekend to make sure that those systems are safe. Again, we're very grateful that there was no injuries or serious damage as a result of this, and we appreciate the public's patience this afternoon, and then again throughout the weekend as we're going to be doing a number of these closures to make sure that we don't have any other major issues that we need to address. Something to be aware of, that this particular tunnel, as all of our bridges and tunnels throughout Massachusetts, is on a regular inspection cycle. We have actually been actively inspecting the Prudential Tunnel over the last month and a half. It has just not progressed to the point yet where they had gotten to this particular bridge joint. So despite the fact that we have an active ongoing inspection effort, this particular joint had not been yet inspected and was going to be scheduled to be inspected sometime in the coming weeks. Again, very thankful that there was no serious injuries or any other type of serious damage, and we're going to continue to inspect all of our infrastructure to make sure that the public remains safe traveling through our tunnels and through our roadways throughout the state.